one shot, one small prompt, and it'll go and write whether it's PhD standard or master's degree standard research with all the references from one small thing. It is ridiculous. It kind of makes a mockery of all education systems now and everything. Now, we already knew that, okay, the IQ of this thing is already kind of in the 150s, and it went from 90. So IQ kind of doubled last year, it'll probably double again next year. Now, when it doubles again, it'll be smarter than any human that's ever existed. And then beyond that, it gets towards ASI, which is smarter than all humans added together. And people don't understand how fast this is happening. And it is so profound in what it means, because we are not the apex intelligence anymore. This thing is. And people talk about, oh, it's just a stochastic power, it's just trained on the internet. We're already seeing the reinforcement models and all the other things show that it learns itself. It teaches itself. We saw that from the Alpha Zero Go, where it taught itself how to play a game in a way that no human had ever played, but people are ignoring it.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now, guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Raoul Pal breaks down his fascinating banana singularity concept, explains how central bank liquidity injections impact markets, and why this cycle might last longer than expected. Let's dive in and uncover these insights.
So I want to move forwards the exponential ages. Once we've got knowledge going to zero marginal cost, which is already happening at scale. So we've got, if you think of the internet as all recorded human thought that has been digitized, that is not behind private walls, and we'll get private wall data coming in, just going to keep growing. And then we've got this exponential growth of energy and the dropping of the marginal cost. It's igniting other things. And the three of the big ones for us that we look at is robotics, which is the merging of the physical atoms and intelligence, right? It's the bits and bytes coming together. And that is just the application of energy plus intelligence in a physical manifestation. And people don't yet understand that humans, so we've just gone to, we can create infinite human knowledge and infinite human thoughts. And now we're going to be able to create infinite humans and infinite workers of any form, like a Tesla will be infinite Uber drivers. You know, there's so many areas that are coming. So there's robotics, there's space, which is at the nexus of all of these things as well, and the interplanetary nature of humanity and, as Elon says, consciousness, which we'll talk about in a bit. And then there's genetic sciences, and whether that is going to unlock unlimited lifespans. I think we have an unlimited lifespan because we will now exist in AI in perpetuity. It'll always be there. Every trace that you've made on the internet will now exist as you in a form of AI consciousness. But we may even be able to get the physical form of skin and bones and neurons and all of that stuff to live on as well. And these are, I think, are the three really big things.
In this video, Raoul Pal will talk about Elon Musk's vision of consciousness expansion and why money may soon be worthless. The future is changing fast. Let's catch him up to know more. The crypto market is down today because of broad investor anxiety triggered by a series of Trump dumps and growing nervousness around upcoming U.S. jobs data. A 2.5% drop in total market capitalization, hovering near $3.15 trillion, signals that sentiment has turned cautious. As traders brace for new employment figures, they worry about how fresh indicators of economic strength or weakness could influence Federal Reserve policy and ripple through digital asset prices. Liquidations have also contributed to the slump. Excessive leverage triggered a domino effect of margin calls, further intensifying the downturn. Some investors also point to aftershocks from an executive order signed by President Trump on January 31, which imposed tariffs on imports from Mexico, Canada, and China. The resulting uncertainty has pushed traders into a risk-off mode, sending cryptocurrencies like Ethereum and Sol significantly lower. Observers note that surprising data in Friday's jobs report could spark another bout of volatility.
Let's talk about the energy side, right? Because people are still trapped in lines of thinking that it needs to be one thing or another. It can be, you can't use solar, you have to use oil, blah, 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 right? And then you've got Elon saying it's all Kardashian scale, and basically the sun is the largest nuclear reactor we will ever need, and that's enough. We just need to figure all that out. And then the oil people are like, no, you can't do that. But you have a fundamental different understanding of how this all comes together, and distributed grids and all of this. So talk through your energy thesis. What you're saying is, yes, fossil fuel use will probably continue to grow as well, but the demands of energy being so foundational is going to go exponential, and that exponentiality is going to be dealt with by new technologies, whilst energy may, oil use and fossil fuel use will continue to grow anyway, but it's the growth of everything else, which is what we're seeing. It's the filling out of the energy needs by renewables that is the big thing. This is why when you and I talk about civilizational transformation, it may be even more than civilizational. It's the entire transformation of everything we actually understand. And that is what is at play here. And our job is to look into that future. And that future is becoming more solidified by many now, where this is all headed. Now, for most people watching this, they're like, what the fuck? Right? And it is what the fuck. I get it. We can't comprehend something that is beyond our comprehension. That is what we're having to deal with. And it's coming at us faster than we can ever deal with psychologically, physically, or in any way. But it is happening. So how you and I have distilled this all down into what matters is, we've said basically we've got till 2030 before things get so unpredictable, so different, that the economic structure falls apart and changes in new ways, and there'll be new opportunities in that world. But we can see we've got the transition from here to there before ASI comes and everything changes. And for us, we bring it back down to earth to say, listen, let's just make as much money as we can. Money may not be valuable in the future, but the house that you live in, the lifestyle that you accumulate, the security that you have by the time you go into 2030 is literally paramount.
Bitcoin remained under pressure on February 7, hovering around $97,000 after experiencing a 3.5% decline the previous day. Traders braced for further volatility as prediction markets signaled a potential huge beat in U.S. employment data. While higher-than-expected jobless claims might typically benefit risk assets like Bitcoin, the market remained cautious, reflecting growing concerns over the Federal Reserve's monetary policy stance. Expectations for the U.S. jobs report have heightened uncertainty, with prediction markets estimating that 238,000 jobs were added in January. Notably, there is a 28% chance that job additions exceeded 300,000, which would mark the first such occurrence since March 2024. This figure significantly surpasses Wall Street's median forecast of 169,000, signaling unexpected labor market strength. If confirmed, a strong jobs report could encourage the Federal Reserve to maintain higher interest rates for longer, exerting further downward pressure on Bitcoin and other risk assets. The CME Group's FedWatch tool revealed a lack of conviction regarding immediate rate cuts, with only a 14.5% probability of a small 0.25% rate reduction at the Federal Reserve's March meeting. This reinforces market sentiment that liquidity conditions may remain tight, limiting Bitcoin's upside potential in the near term. Despite the current pullback, Bitcoin's price action remains within an entrenched trading range, with liquidity concentrated around key levels. Traders anticipate further price fluctuations, as significant liquidity exists near both $95,000 and $100,000. Analysts suggest that a potential dip toward $95,000 could act as a liquidity hunt before Bitcoin resumes its upward trajectory. Market observers agree that an external catalyst, likely tied to macroeconomic developments, is required to drive a more decisive Bitcoin trend. The employment data release remains pivotal, as a stronger-than-expected report could reinforce bearish sentiment, while a weaker outcome may revive risk appetite. For now, Bitcoin traders remain on high alert, watching closely for the labor market's impact on the broader financial landscape. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Seller. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.